everybody, it's Shelly Olds. I'm here in the studio and today I'm going to show you how to do Mishima on a pot. It's an old Japanese inlay technique and it's very cool. So if you're ready, let's get started. So now that I have my pot the right shape and height, I am going to clean it up and I'm going to take some of this off the bottom and then I'm going to use the wire tool and take this thing off of this back, and I need to let it dry until it's leather hard. As soon as it's leather hard, I'm ready for Mishima. So I'll show you that later. I just finished trimming the pot. Here it is right here. And I'm using Dunkin' Wax Resist. I poured some in this bowl. Here's the container right here. I'm going to use this big brush and I'm going to just paint the outside surface of this pot with the Wax Resist. This is what the pot looks like after 2 coats of Wax Resist. I need to let it dry and then carve an intricate design into it. And then I'll show you how to add underglaze, wipe it off, and then basically this pot goes into a bisque fire, which is a low fire, and all of this Wax Resist gets burned out. And so it's going to be very awesome. I can't wait to show you. Now what I'm doing is taking this metal wire tool right here and I'm just carving a little deeper into some of these lines to give it a different depth, and also it cleans out some of the burrs inside of that line. But that just looks so much better after I use this tool. Then I can flip my tool over and use this end right here and make some little flower buds like this at the top of some of these lines. Here, I've done a few here, so that's probably good. So I finished my decoration and design all the way around. The one thing that you need to make sure of when you do this is make sure that it is at the later stage of leather hard. We have 3 stages of leather hard. There's an early stage, a middle stage, and a later stage. The early and middle stage probably would not be a good idea for carving because you leave too many burrs and it's so messy. But the later stage is perfect for this type of carving. I picked this color of radiant red underglaze to paint onto this pot. So I am just gonna dip my brush into some of the red and I'm just gonna brush right on top. Now remember what I've got on here is Wax Resist. Wax is going to resist any of this color. You can see that it's already pooling up into little bubbles. I added 2 coats of underglaze to this, let it dry, and now I'm taking a damp sponge and I'm just wiping really gently like this. That way I get rid of all of those little bubble areas, and the only underglaze that stays is the underglaze inside the lines. If you accidentally wipe too hard and pull some of that underglaze out of these little lines, remember that you can always go back over it with the underglaze again and then rewipe again. But I also allow my students to use a Q-tip sometimes just to go in there and maybe clean up some of the little areas that didn't get wiped good enough. Kind of like this. Okay, here's my cute pot. I can't wait to get it into the firing. So it's the late stage of leather hard right now. It needs to dry a couple days until it's bone dry. And then I will bisque it, take it out, glaze it, and then I'll show you the final result. I just now took the pot out of the kiln, and here it is. I hope you love it as much as I do. I love it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do next. This pot might be really pretty just with a clear glaze over it and just leave it white. I'm not sure. I'll figure it out, and then I will go ahead and high fire it, and then I will show you what I come up with. So here is my finished piece. I'm really excited how it turned out. I just put a clear glaze on top of it, and that color underneath really pops with the underglaze. So this is Mishima. Thank you for doing pottery with me today. I hope you had a great time. Please like and subscribe and give me your feedback. I'd love to hear how yours turned out.